What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we got a lot of fun new stuff coming from EB-01, the Memorial Collection. There's going to say something like big update, huge update, something along those lines on the thumbnail of this video and in the title. And I mean that sincerely. There is a lot of stuff that has gone and been released. We've got some new super rares. It's looking awesome. But how can we start anywhere other than the super rare Tony Chopper? Because Tony Chopper is literally on the booster pack, and this is very clearly the artwork from the booster pack. We have to start there. I did do the translations for these myself, as I always do, but I have checked with Orange Samurai D, who has checked with the people on the Discord. So, with that borne in mind, Tony Chopper. Free cost, 4,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and you got a blocker. It's not bad, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. It's not bad at all. And we've also got Don X2 when attacking. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3,000 power during this turn. Yes, that sounds pretty gosh darn good to me. Of course, some of you are instantly going to look at this and go, hang on a second. What about that leader lore? And yes, absolutely. Don't forget, we got that leader lore, the one that came around in Starter Deck 10, which has that really fun skill whereby you can get rid of one of your opponent's characters off the board, but only if they've got 3,000 power or less, and then play one of your characters of a cost of 4 or less from your hand. Well, here, you can either play this as a free cost blocker, or you can use it to lower your opponent's power such that you can bump their character off the field. Either way, this works very nicely indeed. And look, this is a free cost card that can lower power by 3k and is a blocker. This is a good card that is going to see some play. I think the most obvious use for it here is in lore, but let's not pretend this is the only place it could come up. I love this card. Speaking of super rares that I love, how about Labooon? I love Labooon, incidentally. And frankly, if you've read the manga or watched the anime, I don't know how you don't love Labooon. I love him. There's 2 new Labooon cards, including a secret rare, super rare, which makes me super happy, because previously we got one, and it was clearly a throw-in in Starter Deck 8, and it was a vanilla card, and the artwork was phenomenal, but it's just like a random vanilla card. It made me genuinely a little bit sad that they did my boy dirty, and that's the only card we got. They're fixing it in the Memorial Collection. So what we've got here is 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and activate main, rest this character, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 4 cost for the turn. I actually really like this card. I like this card a lot, because we've seen that black cards like to reduce power. We've seen that we do not mind resting our characters to rest our opponents. We see TCG doing this. This TCG sees a huge amount of play. Rest this character to give an opponent's character minus 2 cost, while Labooon can give us a minus 4 cost. And it only costs 1 more. And it's a better attacker. But TCG has counter plus 2,000, which do not sleep on that. Obviously, counter plus 2,000 is a very, very, very big deal. So, yeah. You lose 1,000 counter, but this is so good for reducing cost, and it hits for 5k, which is the minimum you need to attack into a leader, because leaders generally have 5k and as high goes to the attacker. I like this card. I could see this card seeing some play. But that's not the only Labooon we've got. I know. We've also got Baby Labooon. Look how adorable he is. We got 2 cost, 4,000 power, and I know I'm not the only one who's pointing this out, but look above Laboon's head. Brooke is there. And again, if you've read the manga, watched the anime, it will make perfect sense why Brooke is there. I mean, look, I started playing this card game with no knowledge of or appreciation for the manga at all. I then read the manga start to finish. 1102, the most recent issue in English. Legit heartbreaking. Get some tissues ready if you're going to read that one. Oh, that one was sad. But the point is, love these little nods that they throw into the story. It makes me very happy. Does this card make me happy? It's not bad, actually. We're talking 2 cost, 4,000 power. No counter makes me a little bit sad here. However, once per turn, when a character is KO'd, draw a card, trash a card. That's not bad. That's actually pretty decent in terms of cycling through your hand. Now, it's weak, but the thing is, you don't have to rest it to do that. So you can still attack as a 4,000 power character while also having some draw and trashing. But remember, black has a bunch of cards now that play from the trash. Monkey D. Luffy from OP-04, classic example. But there's a million others. Yeah, there's just the classic example. There are loads. And there's, there's event cards that say if you've got X number of cards in your trash, then you get this secret special extra effect like Gum Gum King Kong Gun, which gives double attack if you've got 15 cards in your trash. So building up your trash in black decks is good. And drawing and cycling cards is good. You don't get a card advantage here, but you see an extra card and you get to trash a card. And then, of course, you've got things like Gecko Moria that can play cards from the trash over in OP-06. And you see where we're going with this. Black likes to play from the trash now. That is becoming more and more of a thing. So you got draw power and playing from the trash and a not terrible attacker at 4K. You only really need one Don on there to be a viable attacker. And you know what? This might be one of the most adorable cards we've seen in the game so far. It's actually like a legitimately good card. You have all been warned. And now we got 3 Labooon cards. That means I can start a Labooon collection. And I will be. Love this. What's that you say? You need a Brook to go along with your Labooon? Well, might I suggest... Well, Brook. 3 cost, 4,000 power, counter plus 1,000. On play and when attacking... I know, both of them. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost for the turn. Then KO one of your opponent's 0 cost characters. This is legit. Like, absolutely, genuinely legit. Being able to KO... Now, the thing is, when you get these when attacking skills, you play the card, then you've got to wait a turn to actually use it. But here, because it's on play, you get it the turn you play and you're not allowed to attack. But then you get it every other turn while attacking... And you got the -1 cost as well as the KOing the 0 cost. And again, with black cards reducing the cost as much as they do, it's not actually that difficult to get them down to 0 cost in a lot of decks. And this actually works kind of beautifully, honestly. I adore this. This is brilliant. I am a gigantic fan. Honestly, if I can start playing... And weirdly, we've had 3 Labooon now. They're all black. So if I want to play Labooon, I've got to play a black deck. And I am partial to Smoker, so you know what? And Toshigi, in fact. And Perona, all of which have black cards. Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Might not be good, but I'm starting to be able to build a deck with all my favourite One Piece characters. And that makes me delighted. What's that, you say? 3 new super rares not enough? You need a 4th super rare? I got you, ladies and gentlemen. How about Cavendish? I did warn you this was going to be a pretty huge update. I told you that at the beginning. What we got here is 5 cost, 6,000 power, counter plus 1,000. And on play and when attacking, if your leader is Supernova and you have no other Cavendish in play, activate 2 of your Don or set 2 of your Don to active. That's really good. Like, genuinely, legitimately really good. Now, it's so good that they have put this caveat in there. And it's actually quite an important caveat, because it's not if you've got 2 Cavendish out, only one of them activates. It's if you've got 2 Cavendish out, neither of them activates. So in order to get this when attacking skill, you've got to have a Supernova leader, and you've got to have no other Cavendish on the field. If you have 2 Cavendish on the field, then they will both end up not working because of the other one. That is a problem. That is actually quite a large problem. It's also kind of annoying because it means that you basically have to play enough of these so that you're going to draw into it fairly likely. But then also, if you play 3 or 4 of these, you can only have 1 in play at a time. But then you're activating 2 extra Dom per turn, which basically gives you 12 to use by the time you get all 10 out. Yes, it's a phenomenal card. They had to limit it. If you want a Supernova leader, you've got Roanoa Zoro from OP-01. You've got Trafalgar Law from OP-01. We've got Red Green Luffy from OP-01. card that does not see a huge amount of play. You've got the starter deck Luffy and the starter deck Kid. So a lot of leaders, but all of them from miles away. And you'll notice that they are all partly green, except for Roanoa Zoro and your starter deck Luffy. So that actually gives you 3 options. Trafalgar Law from EB-01, Monkey D. Luffy from EB-01, and the starter deck Captain Kid. They are your 3 options if you want to be playing this new Cavendish. And honestly, yeah, all of those leaders just got a lot better from this card. And that's kind of amazing. Now, I'd love to show you new cards for the rest of the day, but how about we finish on the first alternate art from the set, and that is Kozuki Hiyori. Someone who's got a lot of love in One Piece lately. Remember, in OP06 we had Hiyori, and there was an alternate art there as well. Well, now in the very next set, the character comes back with another alternate art as well. 2 super rares, 2 alternate arts in 2 sets. That's, oh wait, no, this one's only a rare. But it still gets an alternate art, is my point. We talked about this one the other day. Activate main, trash this card, play a 5 cost or less Land of Wano character other than Hiyori from your hand, and then draw a card. Basically, you play a 4 cost to play a 5 cost and draw a card. It's a little bit awkward, but then again, it's a trash this character, so you can kind of leave it in play for a couple of turns, waiting until you draw the right one. Actually, that's not too bad at all. I like this. I just wanted to show you the alternate art, honestly. I think the alternate art is beautiful. So there we go. First alternate art from the set and 4 super rares. And of course, there's only 8 super rares in the set. So that's literally half the super rares showing you for the first time. I think I can safely say this was a huge update. And 2 Labooon cards. You have no idea how happy I am about this. For now, I want to know what you think about this. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your feelings. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.